To another exciting, action-packed racing for you guys here on this beautiful but cold Thursday for y'all. We have some very exciting, action-packed racing for y'all from the Cup Series in HPL as they'll be racing at Miami. Up in the booth tonight, it is yours truly, Mr. Jake, in the course, a guy who it's been a year since we got a chance to work together, and I'm very excited because we normally get a chance to work together in the Xfinity Series. Uh, please help me welcome back to the booth, Mr. Papa Musa.
Hey everyone,
Musa,
good to
welcome.
see you guys.
Good to see you, man. Glad to see that you're doing good. Glad to see that you're back in the booth, man. How you been doing lately?
I've been doing all right. Been getting a little busy off track, and haven't really had much time to race, but I've made some, scheduling changes, and I'm really looking forward to being in the booth more frequently now.
We definitely can't wait. And of course, by the way, I definitely do want to get a chance to shout out to last night's um, booth, which was myself, Sharp, and first time ever shake and bake. It was a very wild and crazy race at Vegas. If you guys have missed that race out, then of course you guys need to tune in and make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel because we have a double header tonight. Because following our coverage here in Las Vegas with the Cup Series, we also got our F1 series coming up next, following this coverage of our action-packed race. They'll be racing at the Italian Grand Prix, the first race of the season. So make sure you guys tune in for that because you guys don't want to miss it. All right, so now we can pretty much talk about what went down last week. Unfortunately, we could not get a chance to broadcast a race due to some pretty much a busy schedule for those in the booth. But however, though, this is our pretty much our first race of the new season in season 7. Of course, Musa, you've been a part of it for quite some time, and of course, talk about what we've seen in the past couple of seasons. We've seen a lot of different changes. Like this season, we've seen different schedules that are fit for different time frames. As you know, we would go on about 8:45, about around 8 o'clock Eastern time. So how does it feel the fact that we can get a chance to do something so incredible, so unique, especially to help out these drivers to get this race started and pretty much have it underway, right?
Yeah, this is actually a lot more relaxed of a schedule, racing times wise. But you have to look at one thing though that is very overlooked is that the races are not as much as last season. We only get 15 races, and 4 of them are the playoffs, and one of them is a championship, I believe.
No.
So you only have 10 opportunities to lock yourself in. That gives also 6 opportunities for points. People to point their way into the playoffs. So even though this is a much more relaxed schedule, everything's not so rushed because Xfinity is not racing and trucks race on Tuesdays, and today's Cup opposed to last season. I believe we did Cup after Xfinity Series racing.
Yeah, I'll say yeah.
So
I would say usually our old schedule would be Wednesdays Truck Series, and of course Thursday would be a double header between the Xfinity and Cup. And not to mention that if you guys are just now tuning in, you guys are taking a look at the next gen car. These are the official cars that NASCAR is running in their 2020, I believe their 2022 season, or 2023 season. I believe they ran this last year to start things off with a new package. So this is going to be a very, very interesting race. This will be the first time we ever get a chance to call a next gen race. Of course, something that we've seen here, Musa, is that we've seen the different cars over pretty much the entire 75 years of NASCAR, and of course, this being no different. It's very different. It's a very unique one because I don't know. I'm pretty sure you have got a chance to race with these cars, but they can go up to fifth gear. So talk about how different this year's car is.
yeah, so we will talk about that transmission. Yeah, they go up to 5th gear now. So though the speeds are not much different, people will have a slightly more of an advantage. And I was able to call some of the action from the duels. Life guys, everyone here at Homestead.
All right, we're going green.
500. Why be better?
Can
Been
JGR?
strong, has always been strong.
Yeah, very well said. As Chibi's getting ready to lead things underway here at the Dixie Vodka 400, we're underway here at Homestead, and of course, very good point with JGR dominance. We've seen that last year, but can they do it this year though? That's a big question. as we're seeing a very interesting group here. Of course, already God's following Brad Keselowski to wherever he goes. He's in the sixth. Always Marnes, who had a really great run last night in the Xfinity race, pretty much finishing top three. He's up there with his teammate. And of course, something that we've seen is that these drivers are going to get very close to the wall and pretty much running possibly what is known as the Kyle Larson line. We're seeing it as we're seeing a battle between Marner and Chibi, who most of these drivers it's rare for them to go to the bottom, and we're seeing it right now here, Papo, as we're going three wide.
Yeah, and with this tighter model of the car, the next gen, it's going to allow people who get better turning more of advantage through the middle of the corner. As that's why we're seeing a lot of these guys on the outside who are able to turn so well and actually kind of diamond the corner a little bit and get to that bottom lane and side draft, which you see as Heredia is making some really good moves up down the top side. He's very fast up there.
Yeah, I'll say, contact being made between the 21. Oh, looks like Joker is getting bounced around between him and Ballstick. Not what you want to see. Oh, and of course, Freedom Flyer, who we saw last night in the Xfinity Series, led only one lap and pretty much finished in the back. Oh man, talk about a tough break for him, and it looks like he's on a tough break now. And of course, there's a man that we got to talk about, the 34 Shake and Bake, who helped us call the Xfinity race last night. He's excited about running here tonight, especially the fact that this is finally the Cup Series first broadcast finally, and he's doing good. Looks like we're seeing a little bit of what's going on with the RFK guys. I believe these two are teammates, both Marner and Shakenbaker teammates. But there's only one Chevrolet that's in the midst of this, and that is the five of Chibi.
Yeah, and a lot of things that we're seeing here, folks, at home, is we're seeing a huge pack of cars here. I mean, we're talking about first to last, all pretty much a cushion, and that's what this car is going to allow is not much pulling away and more of a draft, only because of how close these guys are and how competitive these guys are and how close the cars are
Oh, as
to each other.
Heredia hits the outside wall. Sorry to cut you off, but Heredia hit the outside wall, and we got to get back up to the front. This battle will still continue on between Marner and Chibi, and of course you see it. Chibi's got himself a really good run on the top side, but it seems like there's a lot of momentum down to the bottom. And looks like we see the 99 of Mike G, who's looks like something that we talked about. The top side is going to be your best friend, and it looks like both Marner and Chicken Bake are just sitting ducks because while they're fighting, Heredia looks like Chicken Bake's going to try to make this three wide.
Yeah, and there's one thing that we haven't talked about yet. It's how some of these guys are actually running double duty.
Oh,
You got
go! That's a teammate. Heredia. Oh, Heredia.
Heredia making that's a
Oh,
huge
that's going to be a wreck.
that's a huge wreck. That's a huge wreck on the back set.
Freedom Flyer. Oh man. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man. That is our first official caution. That is who got involved in that. We see Fire Slayer got the worst of it, and we see the 10 of Killer who got the worst end of that as well. We're cautioned out for the first time tonight here, ladies and gentlemen, as we see so much happening. What happened right there as far as that wreck? I mean, we've seen a couple of people hit the outside wall. I mean, what did you see?
Yeah, I believe the six got tight a little bit, bounced off of a car on his inside, then bounced off another car, and there was people running 3 or 4 wide behind him, and that got everyone checked up in that middle of the pack. And that honestly, when that happens, it's gonna be very hard to get out of that situation. And unfortunate for some of these guys who were caught up in that wreck.
They're very, very fortunate for sure as we're get ready to get back on the way. I believe I don't know if somebody's streaming. Make sure you check that so maybe we can get a lap counter there if you don't care for me, please. As we're back on the way.
Yeah, I'm gonna get my try to get a lap counter here, everyone. So bear with me.
Oh, and looks like oh boy, this is gonna be a mess already. These drivers are slowly about to have no patience at all. And of course, there's the 21 that like we talked about who was trapped in the back. That is 21 a person. He's trying to give himself a good run here. So far, this entire race has been led by one Chevy and of course 3 Fords. There you see a person getting caught up. There comes Marner down there to the inside. Oh, Hellstate making some contact to the 4. We got 3 wide here.
And the race in action is getting much more closer as we're super close to get this lap set up.
Yes, yeah, I'm saying. And it looks like Chibi's going to take the lead away from Shake and Bake. Chibi's got himself a really good run. Feels weird seeing Chibi in a Chevy this year. Go ahead.
We currently have 27 laps to go in the stage.
27 laps to go on the stage. I don't think there's going to be any green flag stops, will they?
Um, Maybe not when it comes to actual fuel, but for strategy wise, there could be a few guys in the back who are stuck back there. Could do something strange.
Yeah, very well said. Very well said. As we're seeing some racing going on, of course, but we definitely need to go check back to the pack because Chibi's slowly pulling away. There's the battle for second here. There we see Shake and Bake, Person, and Marner. And there I say you see a lot of these drivers going up to the top side. We see quite a few up there up on the top.
Yeah, and that big wreck that we had earlier, a few guys are starting to make their way back up to the field. Heredia actually already made himself in the top 10, going for maybe 8th or 9th place around there.
Yeah, there's 3 wide already. As we're right along with
The
Boston.
two,
Oh, the
the
20.
two move.
Two pretty much made some contact with the 24 because I could see that.
Oh, Heredia's inside up a little bit.
Oh, Boston's gonna have to lift. Oh my gosh, we're seeing everything up and close.
And Shake and Bake right now, who's in second place, starting to catch up a little bit to Chibi. Again, like we said, this car is going to offer a lot of opportunities when it comes to draft style tracks. As the 9 gets into the wall a little bit.
Yeah, I think the nine is good old Gary. Gary, and of course, got a bumper full of hex right behind him. As we desperately need to try to get back up to the front. Over see Heredia currently, who's up in the front, losing a lot of time, a lot of ground. But this is something I'm really excited to see. Oh, contact between the 12 and the 8. As
Oh,
yeah, they're getting a little bit dicey. Oh, more contact being made between the 8. Uh,
there's super contact.
so far,
The 10 gets up a little bit.
oh,
Oh,
Hell State, Hell State's not gonna have it. Hell State's not gonna have that.
oh man, that was just a good old
Oh,
spot right there.
contact
But
between the 55, the 14, and the 9 of Gary.
oh, the 55 behind. They'll say getting pushed a little bit. The 8 gets a little hooked onto the 55. Maybe the 20 car
I said,
of spin and win.
20 spin and win. This is because of that. Hell State's going to end up slowly catching up to the back.
And I need to ask you a question here. Are you surprised we haven't seen many lag spikes as of yet?
Not really though. I mean, usually, the only time we would see a lag spike is if we see it from Heredia, Joker, or certain. It doesn't matter who we see the lag spikes from. I mean, I'm just glad that we get a chance to see some action-packed clean racing. There's not really much happening right now. I mean, everybody's in a single file line. I mean, but I do expect something to go down here, maybe in like the next 2 or 3 laps.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy how close everyone is because you could be fifth place, but be like only half a tenth, not a half a tenth, like half a second, behind the leader. And as much as you want to get up to the leader, it's hard to do when everyone's in a drafted line like we're seeing right now.
It's very impossible. It's very impossible to say the least, especially when it comes to the draft, especially when it comes to how this whole race is going to play out. Once when Papa gets the lap counter, we'll get a chance to see how many laps we have left. But if you're just now tuning in, so far we're still in stage one. See about a couple of different lead changes. Chibi, who is leading pretty much now the most laps already in the stage, and of course Shake and Bake up in second person and third. I gotta figure out these cup drivers' names, especially with the numbers. The 22 Ghost up there in the top five as well.
Yep. Currently, we're gonna have 18 to go once we cross the line, which is right now.
Yeah, so pretty much we have 18 laps to go left in the stage. This is gonna be it's gonna be good racing, to say the least.
Yeah. And before contact, just trying to get that inside lane for number 11. It's kind of crazy, how far he has come from. He
Yeah,
used to have a lot of good race with Eldrick cars, but a lot of people didn't like him, and now we have this tighter, slightly slower, more geared model car here, and we're finally seeing kind of meta already early in the season at these mile and a halves at the big play track at Daytona that we were just here a week ago.
yeah. I'll say yeah. Uh, this has all been a Chevy, but most of the top five has been all Fords. I gotta see, is that Hell State up there? Uh, Up there, back behind, or is that, no, that's a four. That's a four. I think that's the four. Yeah, that's four. Okay,
Okay, that would be four of actually King Mufasa, who actually won Daytona
this past
this
Tuesday.
last this past Tuesday. Yeah,
Yeah,
good to see him having a good run already in the Cup Series.
I swear I saw the eight and the four, which I mean from that far looked like they had kind of similar paint schemes, but that's just me going crazy.
Yeah, and like I said earlier, like there's gonna be some guys here, driving double duty, and even though they may not always give the same series as a Cup or Xfinity series, depending on wherever they fall in full time, that also may lead to some more conflicts from truck races because that's where that new series opened up, which was really never new, but for this season was unexpected to have. So you could probably see some rivalries from Tuesdays to carrying over to Wednesdays and carrying over to Thursdays.
Yeah, especially since we don't have enough drivers for both the Xfinity Truck Series. We will see the same drivers as you would every Tuesday and Wednesday, and of course we'll see some of those guys in the Cup lobby for sure. Like we're seeing it with Freedom Flyer and Terrorist. Uh, most of those guys you'll see probably many more as we're probably catching. I believe we're catching up to what 16 to go.
I believe so. Get the lap counter here real quick.
Yep.
And how about King Mufasa making his way up to fourth place? Good for him. He's
Oh, Shake and Bake
doing
gets
a good job
loose.
there.
He got loose right there at the end of two.
That was very, very close to being a spin. There is still some glitches here at these NASCAR 5 tracks that this car will still be affected by. So there's a bump out of two that if you don't hit it right, it'll make you go sideways.
Yeah, very well said.
As this is coming to 11 to go.
Thank you for that. 11 to go with somebody. One thing I completely forgot about is that these cup races are longer than the Xfinity and truck, but so far that's what I'm saying. That's what I told everybody. These races are going to be pretty long, but so far we've only seen one caution already.
Yeah, we have a second place change. King Mufasa, as I've been riding with him for a few of the laps, he's made himself to second place now.
He's been doing good. He's been making a lot of runs, but yesterday he had a really struggling race. You know, this past Tuesday he won Daytona, so I'm not really surprised about with how good. Oh, 48 up in the wall of Joker. I don't know if he lagged or what happened to him.
And one thing that I've also noticed um, is that the passenger kind of breaking up a little bit. You know, after a while of checking out for a few lag spikes in here, we're starting to see multiple packs, maybe some maybe saving. But for these leaders, as it looks like we have some people are going to make their way into pit road.
Yeah, this thankfully this is the reason why we got the lap counters in case we miss the leader and we don't know about it. We see, um, well, let's see, we see the 99 of Mike G, and we see the two of JoJo down there in pit road. A little bit early on, but with 10 laps to go, we got to see what these strategies are going to be played out, especially whenever who knows, maybe, oh, we see Shake and Bake. Shake and Bake's going to probably come down to pit road. I don't know if he's signaled or what. I'm gonna.
Wayne's going to come to pit road. This is very strange. I know they know what they're doing, but to me this just feels a little off to come to this pit road in the race.
Shake and Bake went down to pit road. Um, so pretty much out comes Mike G and JoJo, and they're gonna be a lap down until Chippy comes out of pit road.
Yeah, this is a very interesting strategy call, but as the meantime, we have to get back to the leaders now because this may be a race. You know, the strategies being played out right now, they could, you know, be a little tighter than we thought.
It's gonna be a very, very, very close one to say the least.
And those guys who just start making their pit stops are entering to the track. Um, how's pit road here? I mean, I know you want to be aggressive, but imagine going down pit road, being so slow, watching everyone pass you, and then having to run that exit lane come out of pit road too. That's also could be very frustrating for some drivers who are back in the pack, watching these guys go by them as they make strategy calls.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I mean, it's honestly, if you're one of those guys that are coming down to pit road, I mean, they definitely got to work on their setup. They got to work on trying to come down to pit road. As we see, I think the five might have just signaled if they have come down to pit road. I wouldn't be surprised if he did, and looks like he isn't. So seems like Chewy's got himself a really, really good car. I mean, he's been leading to most of these laps already in stage number one, and of course, that's this has kind of been a really, really good race for him. We've seen JRM kind of struggle last night in the Las Vegas race with McCard, who was fighting for the win, who was led the most laps of that race, but unfortunately did not execute it. So hopefully that won't happen here tonight, as we do see Chibi going down to pit road.
Yeah, and that's Chippy, who has been so far the clear dominant car. Moving its way, he's making some pit, you know, pit changes here, like setup wise. And for you, Jake, what would you say were probably the most common changes in setup wise here? Like, take me through this. Okay, we know a lot of guys get boost on the long runs here. What would you say will probably be the best bet for some of these drivers to make a change in their car? Like, what kind of change are we looking here?
I mean, as far as the best changes that they definitely need to make, definitely need to tighten up, definitely the wedge, and of course, see what they can do if they want to run loose or if they want to run tight. That's completely up to them. And of course, you gotta get the right tire pressures up in there. Um, do you know who officially is our leader?
Currently, I do not have a clear update
Um,
on
hold
that.
on, hold on,
But
hold
you're under. Oh,
on. I've just been told that you need to check your voice sharing.
all right.
Yeah, that or their mic is your mic really low.
Let me check that.
I'll say,
All right.
all right,
I think that might fix it.
Speed or whoever's watching, let us know, please, if you can hear him. Go ahead, keep talking.
All right. As I was saying, we are under 5 laps to go. I believe we're coming to the rear of Tubes on 5 in clear.
With the who's our leader?
Um, I currently do not have starting. I'm on McAvoy's Twitch channel right now. He has track map blocked, and I don't see locked. The team is locked. Account's locked.
It's lit. Okay. All right. I'm saying I don't hear no echo in here. Do you?
No.
Okay. Because apparently they're saying that I might have an echo or something. I don't hear no echo.
Oh, we are on the final lap, by the way.
Oh, okay. We're pretty much done. Who won the stage?
We gotta get we cross the line with Chibi. That will be the stage. Um, trying to see here. Maybe tie race. Trying to figure out. Bear with me, guys. It's kind of
Yeah.
awkward. Only when this is up and we don't see the track mat or the counter or anything like that. Um,
All right. Well, pretty much we do know that the stage is over, and unfortunately we can because of that we couldn't get a chance to see. Well, looks like our leader is officially the 20 of Spin and Win in their
oh,
minds.
he forgot to pit.
Yep, he forgot to pit. Looks like on a bad run, and looks like the 12 of Fistbuster. That's a name I haven't heard from in a while. Fistbuster, who is always known for having rivalries with Joker and so many others, is up front, as we do see Ghost and Fistbuster trying to come down to the bottom. Like Fistbuster's going to try to take the top, and that may not work because here comes Ghost. Ghost is going to end up taking pull. Well, yeah, he's going to take the lead away from Fistbuster. Pretty much been in nothing more than a fourth party for sure.
Yeah, and we will get that stage results clear away a little later. But for now, we are in stage 2, and we are seeing some familiar faces, but also some new players trying to battle out for this lead here.
Yeah, definitely do agree for sure. As we're watching Marner, who was up front earlier in this race, as we've seen a lot of these drivers going side by side, and we definitely need to catch up with old Ghosty, and there we see Terrorist down there to the bottom. Him and Heredia and Chicken Bake. Oh, contact being made. These drivers need to watch out.
Yeah, and contact will always be a thing in these draft races. It's just the nature of it, how close these guys are. But these guys do a really good job every season to be very clean. As we're seeing a battle, maybe 3 wide. The 12 is looking to go 3 wide, and they are in fact 3 wide.
Yeah, 3 wide indeed here. Martin's loving that in his mirror as I'll say I'm keeping an eye on the pack on the back with Gary and all of them, but they're still 3 wide here.
And it's getting more tighter as that 22 Ghost is running a very, very, very.
Oh, they got
Oh,
somebody loose. I think it was Papa or
Papa 4 wide.
Terrorist. Man, so much is happening.
As that 21 gets a little loose off of the wall. It's crazy. The Ghost was just battling for the lead, and now we're already back to looks to be 5th place. Poke the wall a little bit again. That's called a checkup.
Man, and look at that. Terrorist is now leading the pack, leading the field. I mean, if you're a fan of Terrorist, I mean, you love to see it.
And ACHR is really loving to see this right because we look back at the pack. Um, SHR is not doing that bad as a whole, but definitely love seeing their teammates definitely making a run for the money and making a
Oh,
run for.
fire got loose right there on the bottom. And
Oh,
Hell State
oh,
Hell State made contact with the one, and the one made contact with the 24. Talk about a tough break for freedom there.
yeah, that was real interesting off the corner there.
And it looks like Heredia's gonna make some contact with Chibi. Do we see Heredia going up to the front?
And these drivers are definitely being more aggressive. This coming by, oh, huge hit.
Oh, Killer got involved in that.
No one has wrecked it, but about two people got loose at the same time and clobbered the drivers who are on the outside of them, off of 1 and 2.
They definitely saved it for sure. But now these drivers are still going.
Ooh, the 10, the 14 make a little bit of contact. No hard, no foul. Or my bad, that'd be the 21. 10 and 21 that made a little bit of contact, but the 21's alright.
So yeah, looks like everything's going well. If you are the 5, who is pretty much trying to regain the lead after so much is happening, he's pretty much going back to the lead with a lot of these forwards battling. I mean, you gotta admire what these four drivers are doing between Heredia, between Terrorist, Ghost, Freedom, or not Freedom, but Fire. Not, sorry. Oh man, it's been a while. But of course, I'm trying to find out. Fistbuster. Jesus. I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, it's good. And guys at home, it's been a big draft that took part a couple of weeks
Oh,
ago, and a huge variety of changes and numbers and last-second trades. May get these names wrong every once in a while.
I also say, yeah, definitely. We may end up getting those wrong. I mean, especially if it's our first Cup Series broadcast, even though we are on race 2, as we see Chibi leading the rest of the forwards and see what they can do. So far, the one that can probably battle with him the most will probably be Heredia God.
And right now, Harry God is in a very unfortunate position. He's on the bottom, is being very, very, very challenged to the outside line. And I believe that is Kingdom Foster who's currently leading the outside lane. It's hard to be a fast driver but not get the preferred lane because even though your car might be better than others, we're so competitive here that it will be very challenging to get by these drivers.
Yeah, I'm gonna say these drivers are definitely gonna be very challenging, especially with what we're seeing. This has pretty much been a battle for second throughout this entire time with Chibi pulling away. Oh, Fistbuster gets pull up
Oh
to the
no,
outside
back on
wall.
22.
Oh,
Oh,
17 down to the apron. He saves it.
saved it.
But look who is in the mix of this. We see Fire Slayer right behind the 34 Shake and Bake. We see Hail State right there in the 8. And we'll see if the watermelon guy can try to get a chance to make a battle here. The battle for seconds is getting really tense as Chibi's pulling away.
Yeah, and we're seeing a familiar sight to stage one as we have King Foster second who is trying to run down Chibi. Um, one thing I'm noticing is Chibi's like making these passes quickly and is running away from these drivers. Opposed to second place or third place being so much of their bubble, it's kind of hard for them just to pass and run away with it.
Yeah, I definitely do agree to say the least, especially if you are Chibi, who's trying to get a chance to just lead the most laps, which I mean, he is, and he's doing a very great job. He's having himself a really great run, and of course, there's
Yeah, the one and 21 make contact back here. Sorry to cut you off there, but 21 is very slow off the corner after making some contact with the number one.
yeah, I'd say that's person, and person's going to end up losing a lot of spots, to Freedom, to Gary, and potentially to my G unless person can get himself back up in there. As he continues to hit the outside wall, he will end up losing a lot of spots. Yes. Once when Chibi crossed the line, let us know how many laps we have left there, Papo.
All right, gotcha. Yeah, this race is going to be one of them grueling, tough, challenging races. It's 134 laps around this 4.5-mile track, and some may say she was quicker, some may say it feels longer than normal because the draft and the high intensity racing that we get in these big drafts makes a huge headache for some of these drivers, especially when you're trying to win the race when you got like 10 people with a cushion behind you.
Yeah, for sure. I definitely do agree. As we're seeing terrorists who's pretty much hit the outside wall, but yet I think so did the rest of the forwards right there right behind them. As we see Already God trying to get a chance to just stay up there. If I'm all these forwards here, I would. Oh, as the 22. Oh, he's going to end up losing a lot of momentum right there. Oh, that's a 34. Yeah, shake and bake.
We are coming to 19 to go, by the way.
And trust me, whenever you're just like myself, whenever you're calling two straight races now third, it can be definitely difficult to handle all this excitement, especially in your voice. So that's why I'm a little bit choked up here tonight, there, folks.
Yes, and that lead is tied up a little bit. They caught up to Chippy.
As I said, they finally caught up to Chibi with I believe 18 coming up to 17 to go. We'll see what these Fords can do against the Chevy light Chibi.
Yeah, and one thing I'm very interested to see is are we gonna see some people do the same strategy from stage one? Because I'm still kind of I'm still kind of curious where those guys who did the strategy call are at right now in this race.
I'll say eventually they're gonna. This is something that we definitely need to work on. Is trying to work on once when they come down to pit road is figuring out who is the leader, so way we won't have an issue like we did in stage one, which hopefully that will not be the case.
Six, Heredia is giving a quite a good shove to the number four, Mufasa.
And so yeah, the sixth, already God, who's always been known for battling up front, and not to mention, I think a former two-time Cup Series champion. Not to mention somebody who's always been working hard inside and of course outside the racetrack. Not as the owner as he is. It's really good to see Heredia still being as competitive as he is. I remember back in season one, it was a playoff race at Phoenix, and he was the only non-playoff driver to actually get a chance to win a race during that time period. And he's made quite a statement, throughout this whole entire 7 seasons.
Yeah, Heredia is one of those guys you can always count on. I don't think he has had one bad season yet, being in Hennessy, and he is a champion of this league. So you gotta definitely respect that. And he's definitely one of those guys that you can't really hate. He's always one of the more positive guys on the track and off the track. And overall, his success definitely shows how good of a personality he has too.
Very well said. Very well said. We'll definitely have to see as far as how many laps we have left up in here in stage number two. And of course, best believe that stage number three is going to be a little bit intense.
And we
6 laps to go.
16.
Yeah, I believe so. As we are pretty much, we just need to focus on a lot of things. Let's go ahead and go through the field and catch you up to date. We see Mike G being by his lonesome. Of course, 34 Shake and Bake, who's battling out with always Joker, who Joker's been struggling in this race. I can't believe I'm actually saying that. Um, of course, Person with the damage that he's gotten. Wait, oh, yeah, and of course Riley right there. I could, I'll say, hold up, am I missing something here? Oh, the one. Anyways, okay. It looks like we're going back to the lead now as there's a battle for the lead. Heredia God's going to take the high side as Chibi's going to come down to pit road. We're already seeing some green flag stops here, there, Papo.
And let's go down the pit road here. We got Hill State. Looks like Chibi's there too. We got one of FP Slayer. Um, only 3 cars, but they probably have a strategy that will help them out in the future. There's one thing too that we also have to look at is since this is a draft track, do you think pit with more cars is actually kind of a advantage in opposed to only pit with 3 field?
I was going to say that's a pretty bold strategy. I believe these are our leaders here, there, Papo. Papo.
Oh yeah, yeah, my bad. Um, yeah, I think those were our leaders. Let's see if we can get a reading on who's currently leading the race.
I think that was Ghost, but he's currently in pit road this time by.
Um, if the strategy call works out for Chippy, I believe he will reclaim the lead after his strategy.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to take a look as far as McAvoy's stream is concerned and see what we can do.
And it looks like Chippy just passed Heredia, so I believe that's currently our leaders right now. Is Chippy, Heredia, and Mufasa. If not, that will probably most likely be the leaders after some strategy for pit road.
I definitely do believe, and they're catching up to Ghost. Ghost, I believe he's gonna still be a leader here.
Wow.
Talk about a very interesting pit road strategy for if you're a Ghost.
Yeah. Let's see here. We have a battle. I believe this is for the lead. If not, there's oh, yep, this is gonna be the battle for the lead because Shorty is thinking about making it 3 wide.
Yeah, it looks like Ghost is gonna be taking the bottom down. And it looks like Chibi's gonna get that high side. High side's gonna be looking to be his favor.
We get 3 wide right now. This is a very intense battle between 3 cars. Let's see who's behind them. Um, wow. The pack that we had before pit road has shrunken a lot. We only have 5 cars. I think we had like what? You would say what, 10 maybe?
Yeah, potentially around there, especially with that first pact. As we're seeing, pretty much the same thing. I mean, we're seeing just a little bit of mostly the Chevy and the Chibi, of course, Ghost, Heredia, and many other fours that are trying to take the lead away. Oh, Ghost came up to Chibi and no contact being made, but it's gonna make the 22 lose some positions.
Yeah, and that 22 has been shrunk all night as well. And like you mentioned earlier, um, we believe that Heredia does have the car and challenge Chili, but again, we see on the bottom. trying to fend for this position. It's the 22. I think it's a little bit less high than we would prefer. Gets a good run off the top though.
I definitely do believe so, especially when it comes to Chibi. Chibi's has had a great run in this race, who's pretty much led the most laps. If you guys are just now tuning in, Papo and Jake are Chibi the champ, who has led the most laps here. Hey, his fistbuster goes down to the bottom. He's going to try to take that spot away from Ghost, and we'll see what Terrace can do right behind him. I believe Terrace has a really good fast car, but the problem is, though, it's the positioning that is his key, because he's stuck right behind both Penske drivers, and of course, not to mention the six of Heredia God, who's made quite of an impact, especially for him and his new RFK team.
And we can't forget the fact that as we are seeing those battle for the lead, that two teammates from Penske are actually in this battle. Um, we don't see no other NSHR cars. We don't see no other Hendrick cars. So teammates may actually play out to be a factor here to see who gets the stage win.
Yeah, I definitely do agree.
As we have a battle for third now, King Mufasa gets them to the outside of the 22 of Ghost. He's going to push Heredia.
Yeah, I mean, Heredia's going to get down to the bottom. And as King Mufasa hits the outside wall, we see Heredia. He's trying to catch up to underneath the bottom of Chibi.
Getting teammates right there, though. I'll get a lap counter pretty quickly here.
Yep.
We're coming to, oh no, this is the final lap.
Final lap already in stage number 2. As Heredia, he's trying to go side by side. He will. What can Ghost do? Ghost is going to try to make it 3 wide. That is not going to be the case for Heredia.
Oh.
And I believe Chibi did win that stage, but yet, thankfully, we know our stage winner is going to be Chibi right there. Kind of a drag race between all three of them, both him, Ghost, and of course, Heredia. And now, so far, we've only seen one caution here, and that was back in stage number 1. And like we mentioned before, Chibi just straight up just leading, just dominating.
Yeah, and we're starting to see, though, some of those main names and key players to majority of these races week in, week out are showing up here. And even though Chibi may have swept the stages, if not my bad, but he did definitely win the stage in dominating fashion. It's starting to get closer and more tight between these rivals.
Yeah, I definitely do agree. As we're approaching up to the third and final stage, and we're back on the way here at Homestead.
We currently have 52 laps in this stage.
All right, best believe that you're hearing it. 52 laps to go here in stage number 3. We'll see who will take home the winner and see who's got the momentum going into next week. As we do see the same thing, Heredia trying to battle it out with the 5 of Chibi.
Man, Chibi does such a good job on that outside lane, though. As you see, starting to already pull away a slightly bit from Heredia.
Yeah, but you kind of wonder. I mean, if something happens and where we get caution, will Chibi still have that momentum? That's going to be the big key. As it's the 12 a fistbuster. Oh, the 48. It's going to get to the outside wall. We could see a wreck. They saved it.
They saved it.
They
Wow.
all saved it. The 48 of Riley. was involved in all that, I believe.
That was going to be pretty big. I mean, I was in the middle of the pack, and I give props. So they saved it, and they get to see it live today.
Yeah, so far, we've not seen any cautions other than what we saw back in stage one. I mean, we're still green, and by the way, the only way that we can get a chance to have a caution other than the game caution would be a manual. It'd have to be at least about 3 or 4 cars involved with that.
And that just, and even though, like on short tracks or road courses, 3 or 4 might not be much. When it comes to these mile and a halves and super speedway races, they're all so close that one car will wipe out like 6 or 7 cars at once, and that cost will play to effect. So if you're the leader or the leaders by end of like maybe like the last lap before the last lap or something like that, you're not safe from being caution free. There could always be a wreck with these packs.
I'll say definitely wouldn't surprise me as far as what potentially what these drivers can do out here. It's gonna be very tough, and it's gonna be a very brutal one, especially if you're those that's trying to fight with the Chibi for that lead. Of course, something I want to get just to admire is one driver inside the top 10 of Mr. Hex. Mr. Hex has been pretty much staying in the back the entire time, but look at what he's doing in that 55. He seems to find himself a good run. Balanced up there with Freedom Flyer, which is good for him after what was a struggling start to this race for Freedom Flyer, who is now making his way inside the top 10.
Yeah, and let's see, get a couple of shoutouts here. We have JoJo, who has had what I would call probably a roller coaster ride. We've seen him get hit in the wall a couple of times. As we see the 22 get to the wall, the Ghost.
Yeah, the Ghost is going to end up going to the outside wall here. He's going to end up losing a lot of spots.
Yeah, that's one thing that this car also provides is they're actually like in a little bit of dirty, but there was definitely you get definitely tight behind these cars.
Yeah, I definitely do agree, especially since with how tight these cars can be. Yeah, you mentioned it, JoJo currently inside. I believe is in the top 5, top 6, I believe, and he seems to be having himself a really good run. Goes after making that contact to the outside wall. He is back. He's caught up with Hex's draft as we're seeing something escalating here between the 4 and the 6. But if I'm the 6, I would not. Doesn't matter what's going on. I would make sure I would not lose Chibi, because once when you let Chibi pull away, then that's it. I mean, there's a race. It's done.
Yeah, and that's nothing to take discredit from these guys, but when you get a guy, it doesn't matter if it's Chibi or Heredia or any of these top names, but when you get a guy that is all by himself and has had a really great night and has great card under his belt, it's gonna be tough to beat him. But with NASCAR 5 and how the fixes are, all you have to do is stay in that draft, stay calm, and strike when you know you can strike.
Yeah, yeah, definitely do agree for sure.
As I believe we are.
Under caution.
Wow.
Under caution. Yeah, we're under caution.
Oh. Wow. That's unexpected.
Yeah, I'll say we're under caution for the second time tonight. I don't know what went down. Oh, McAvoy.
McAvoy with some damage. Ooh. Let's see. The 21 has a little bit of front nose damage. Uh.
Yeah, so that's pretty much it. We'll make sure you definitely pay attention as far as the lap counter because we are definitely going to need it.
probably about maybe 41 to 40 to go here.
All right, champ. Yeah, and something that looks like Heredia's going to end up having a high side. Maybe this might be the run that he needs, and something that he talked about is that you can get very tight after you hit somebody. So these drivers are going to have to be very, very close, pay very, very close attention.
We are we are coming to 38 to go. And a huge run from the outside. Starts to form up. Oh, we got some more contact.
Yeah, it's something that we talked about, something I just mentioned, that once when you get contact with somebody, you're going to end up feeling tight. And it looks like Heredia, he's gonna be sticking to the outside because we saw what Chibi can do. But look at Chibi, he's gonna make that inside work, and he's gonna potentially know he will not clear him. Side by side they go.
We have a couple of cars in the back getting loose. Here was the 14 of I2 Boston.
Yeah, Balsic, he's been really been getting really loose throughout this entire night.
Oh, and I'm not sure if it's my end or not, but he does also have a little front nose damage, so he could have been part of that caution. It just came out a couple laps ago.
Chibi's gonna end up making contact with Heredia.
Wow, Chibi power drives around Heredia, but Heredia's still right there. He can still strike.
Yeah, Heredia can definitely still strike for sure. This is not gonna be too pretty if you are a fan of Heredia, who has been constantly been battling with Chibi throughout this entire, practically what feels like the entire race. And you gotta hit your marks. You gotta find a way to be able to pass Chibi, because I can't believe I'm saying this, but I'm so used to either seeing either mostly the 88 of Joker dominating, but tonight it's that 5 of Chibi who is leading the most laps in this race, who is trying to put an end to that JGR dominance, the same team that he was on last season. And look at where he is right now. He seems like he's got himself the right car, the right time, and the right place, and he's definitely in it for it.
Yeah, and we're starting to see a little bit of a bigger pack now. Um, let's give a couple shouts. Here we got Mike G running a great race. Not sure if he had the best start of this race, but he is currently inside the top six, having himself a good run. Shaky Bank, after an early contention for the lead, is falling back here a little bit of the pack, but we know that he has enough talent, enough skill to go back there and start making passes. Got Kel State, also one of those drivers that we were talking a lot earlier in the race, is kind of in the middle of the pack. He's still there. He sees the leaders in his mirror, so don't have to worry about him. Um, Freedom Flyer, same thing. He's right there. He's running himself a nice race in the top 10. Currently battling with the number 9. Looks like he has got check below as we are 3 wide back of the pack here behind Freedom Flyer.
I was to say it's not really, really surprising to say the least, as far as what's happening here. But man, this race has been a very fun one, a very exciting one. If you guys look what you see, make sure you guys subscribe to our YouTube channel, because we got so many more racing coming up for you guys next week. But yet, we got more racing coming up following our coverage here at Homestead, as the F1 series, both Big Jim and Ballstick will be calling their coverage of the Italian Grand Prix that is coming up next, following our coverage here at Homestead.
Yeah, and it's that hasn't happened yet, but um, the F1 races and all that is right after the Cup Series. So these guys who are racing the Cup Series, some of them actually have to race the F1 races, and even though two different games, there may be some, rivalries transfer from the Cup race to the Formula One race, but these guys are respectful to each other, and of fun, and the F1 race is going to be definitely fun, and going to be great to watch the coverage here in Hennessy closely.
Yeah, of course. Not to mention that we're going as far as the truck series. I believe they'll be heading to good old. I think it's Auto Club next week, or that or Vegas. No, I think the Xfinity will be heading down to Auto Club next week, and then the Cup Series. Let's see, as far as the Cup Series, um, they'll be heading to Auto Club as well.
Yeah, and, they actually race in Texas next week.
As far no, the Cup Series are running Auto Club next week, and then
Oh yeah, the Cup Series yeah, next week they're racing Auto Club, but for Truck Series wise, they're actually racing for Texas.
yeah, uh, that's yeah, that's very very interesting. Then Auto Club will be the following race, and of course that'll be our first ever doubleheader at Auto Club. That'll be in just a few short weeks, so we got a lot of double headers. We got a lot of exciting packed, action-packed racing for you guys. And if you guys are just loving the F1 series, and make sure you guys tune in because Big Jim and Ballstick they have great chemistry together. But yet, let's not talk about F1 right now. Let's get back to the racing because we're seeing the Heredity God, who's pretty much just been a sitting duck. We're seeing a lot of these drivers just pretty much there's a bunch of lines, there's a bunch of breakaways. We're seeing a lot
Yeah,
here.
and it's a familiar racing lane, the bottom. It's at this point quite comedic, but it's very fun how these guys are able to run that bottom, and as we see the packs extend but break up a little bit. The leaders are still with the leaders, and it's like it's shaping up to be a pretty good race with the leaders.
Heredita's he's trying to at least make some sort of bump to Chibi right there. At least trying to pass, but whatever he's doing is not working. It's not working at all.
So Mr. Hex is going to make a pass on the 99. Could you see Mr. Hex running really well? Oh, looks like Mr. Hex is going to try making another pass on the number one as well at least there.
Yeah, he seems to be doing himself really good here.
Yeah, so we're going to get a lap counter this time by. Do you see anyone that could actually pose like an underdog threat if the caution were to come out?
Honestly, if you honestly with the way that this top five, top six looking, if you're if
Oh, pit road's open.
pit road's open already, you're good. You're good.
Try to pass you off the.
I'll say you're perfectly fine as pit road is open at this time. Um, we'll definitely have to see what's going down between pit road. But back to what you were saying, as far as the one underdog, I believe it's potentially JoJo Siwa. He's always been racing. He's been racing in HPL since season one. He's got himself a very very good car, but the problem is though is track position. He's right behind Ghost, and if he can find himself a strategy in order for him to get a chance to win the race, he'll actually do good. So I expect to keep an eye out for not Joker, but JoJo, and maybe Terrace because he's got a lot of momentum on his plate. Like we talked about it, he won at Daytona, had a struggling race back at Vegas last night, but here he is again with another Terrace like performance that we're seeing.
Yeah, and like we said, pit road was open, and Shaken Bake was the only driver to go on pit road. So it may be an interesting strategy call. Hopefully, it can help him in the future. But I believe he would need to have a caution.
So I don't think we're going to be seeing the caution with the way that these drivers have been running, as we do have a DNF that is Riley who DNF.
That sucks. Riley's a great driver, and to hear that he had a engine issue or mechanical issue that knocked him out of his race early is really unfortunate. But I believe he is a team owner this season, so he can cheer on his teammates now.
Yeah, I'll say yeah, he's definitely. Oh, and of course, Heredia is trying to get some ground.
And one thing that we have not seen yet though was a pass on Chippy, and we have just seen Heredia take over that number one spot with his teammate, who's also been having a really fantastic run and always Barnes is right behind them, making this actually work. So good for them. They're putting a lot of pressure this number five over Chippy.
I'll say yeah. And as we see Marner going down to the bottom.
He just slowed up a lot there. Um, maybe pit road. No, his no, no. He was getting. That's a great move from Marlins. Instead of merging back on the track and potentially make it three wide, make a contact, he just let the pack go by. He's still in the draft. That's a really great move. Yeah, shout out to that. As our lap counter McAvoy has currently made it to pit road, and we are coming to 18 down to 7th lap still.
Yeah, 10-4 on that. Sorry, whew, it's definitely been a very long week for yours truly. So it's definitely hard for me to get the energy like I did the last two nights here. But yet, I definitely do agree. The Ready God and of course Chibi, what we're seeing is definitely been a very very great racing. Ghost, who is actually in third now. Maybe he might make a move. We'll see. But the question is, though, is what type of pit road strategy these drivers are going to have? When will they be coming down? That's something I think we're going to have to find out here in just a few short moments.
Yeah, as more of these drivers pit, the chances of a caution is less and less and less more likely. So that might also come into strategy because instead of being these big packs now,
Yeah,
we are starting to spread out.
yeah, I'll say we are definitely being spread out for sure.
But how about this lead pack? Look, if they run the way they're running and they all pit at the same time and come out at the same time, we are looking to have one of the best performances from all these drivers who are currently in top. What was be 7 or 6 here? Yeah. But we are looking to see possibly an all-time classic finish here with 7 to 6 drivers here, 6 to 7 drivers. As pit road, number two and Richard Chiggy are going to like to come in time.
Yeah, the two of JoJo and five of Chibi. This is what's going to be a very interesting strategic strategy to say the least.
And one thing that we saw differently this time is we didn't see all the leaders come to pit road. Um, I kind of expected a little bit more
Yeah, I'm
leaders to
saying
come.
here comes Ghost. Sorry to cut you off, but here comes Ghost coming down the pit road.
Yeah, this is gonna be a battle for the race here. Who has the best pit stop? Who has the best prediction when they become pit?
Seems like already is trying to hold out for just a few more laps until he gets down to pit road. There's your top three, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. Heredia, Terrorist, and Marner. Talked about though, as with Marner and Terrorist, Terrorist coming down to pit road. I think Marner tried to signal, but we'll have to see. As far as looks like Terrorist is gonna oh bad pit road entry. Oh,
That was
that
close.
was very, very close. Terrace just about missed it. Marner just about hit the barrel. I don't know what just happened there. I think I think those two screwed Heredia's race up with with how much time that they just wasted going into pit road. You know they're not too happy about that.
Yeah, and what looked to have happened there was Heredia, I believe, signaled the pit. Mufasa signaled the pit, but Mufasa was looking to probably have a more of a aggressive pit road entry, and it actually allowed him to pass Heredia. But I don't think Heredia was expecting him to go in that deep compared to his speed.
I think this might be a race leader here. There, Papo is the battle for the lead is on between I believe Ghost and Marner.
Yeah, and that's gonna be a really good battle.
So I'm gonna say so. This is our official leaders then. So
Yeah, Martin's done himself a great night. I believe he got in top 10 for each of the stages, and well inside the top 6, to be honest with you, I believe. And he's been helping his teammate, has been very clean this whole entire race, have had no issues with no one. This is definitely, if he wins this race, he has done himself a great job.
yeah, very well said. As I'm gonna try to get a hold of Mason and see if he can tell me this is our top three. 10 to go, by the way. 10 to go.
Yeah, it's 10 to go, and the pressure has ramped up quite immensely here.
Oh boy, yeah, this is definitely going to be potentially your top three here. But the question is though, with 9 to go, this is about to get very very interesting because I just mentioned it. JoJo he's definitely the underdog. Marner, who's gotten some experience that he need, but the question is how much patience will the 17 make behind the 22?
How good would it be if we could see Martin pull this one off? Like you said, he doesn't have as much experience compared to these guys, but if he can win now and win early, that would be one great present to Heredia as he's the owner of RFK.
Yeah, but now Marner's down to third. This is a battle between teammates with 8 laps to go. It is between Ghost and JoJo. We'll see what JoJo can do. We're right along with the cam of JoJo.
And Martin's still there. There's still a little bit of cushion between these top five. Um, looks like, let me look up here. Heredia God is back here in fourth. And behind him is Swerve King Mufasa.
I say if I'm JoJo, I would not even attempt to pass Ghost. I mean, this is definitely a great chance to come home with the top three finish, with 7 laps to go.
And those drivers who are in fourth and fifth are slowly catching up to this lead pack here. If we get a 5 car battle, this is going to be really, really cool to watch.
Yeah, I'll say the crazy thing is though is that the 5 car who has led the most laps here is no. I believe he's right behind the 14 of Ballstick. You can see how far he is.
Yeah, um, I'm not sure if it's a slow pit stop or a 4 tire stop, but he came in bleeding and he is nowhere to be found. So, um, hopefully he can rebound as he gets by the 14. I think he took 4 tires.
Definitely wouldn't surprise me a bit. 6 to go.
Yeah, actually, let's
Yeah, but you do see the 17 of Marner. He is trying his best to catch up to them.
Yeah, and Marner right now is battling teammates here, and even though they're teammates, they're still gonna battle each other. It's pretty much a free for all for this top three here. Defensive strike, don't make it too wide. And then,
I would say he's right there.
but that outside draft is just too strong for Marner to challenge.
Coming up to 4 to go. Look
This
at.
battle is,
Go ahead.
yeah, yeah, you continue. I was just saying this battle is getting more heated now.
It's up getting more heated. If these three keep battling, then the question is, will Heredia make enough time to be able to catch them? You see the gap between third and fourth, and you see.
And
Go ahead.
yeah, and I was gonna mention that I saw a couple people get loose here at the same exact time. The two, and I believe the four. King Fossil was back there. Was it four? Also got loose at the same time.
This has been an all fours party already after the green flag stops, and we see it coming up on 2 to go, I believe. 2 to go this time by for the Ghost.
No, that was the final lap.
That was the final lap. Oh yeah, that is right,
That was
Ghost. Wow,
that's the final lap.
West Virginia math right there. But yeah, congratulations to Ghost. That was a very fun race for Ghost, and of course, JoJo coming home second. Marner finishing out with the top three. Penske 1 and 2. All right, can you help us get our top three up in the booth?
I can sure can.
Penske top three. That is crazy, and yet the one driver that has led the most laps. Or Penske top two.
So we have the Ghost, um, JoJo, and Mars. I believe
Yeah,
top three.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Ghost, JoJo, and Marner.
All right. There we go. We got our top three invited.
All right. Mm-mm-mm. Yeah, very good win for
And
sure.
the fastest lap so far is King Fossil, 31.7.
Alrighty, well, let's not waste any time. Let's go ahead and get a chance to congratulate your race winner, the Ghost. Ghost, welcome into the booth and congratulations.
Hey, hey, and thanks. Glad to be here.
I'm glad to see you back up in here, man. How do you feel after that win?
Like $1 million, dude. That was an amazing drive.
Not to mention this though, this has to be a proud team owner moment for you because you and JoJo finished 1 and 2. How proud does that make you feel?
I always knew JoJo was really good in these cars, and it just kind of came down to me and him were at the right place at the right time, and it just made it work.
I mean, talked about this though. We see you battle up in as far as some top five. I mean, battle up in the top five, and you've pretty much had a very interesting strategy. So, what was the strategy call?
Well, stage one, I believe I knew I could save enough to make it. That's why I kind of backed off at the end with Fistbuster. And then stage two, I just knew that rights was the call. Stage three, I wasn't for sure what was going to happen. I was happy either way if it was two or four,
Yeah.
but I just felt like it was too much of a gap on four tires to be able to make it back up in those short amount of laps.
All right. Well, unfortunately, we can't stay up in here too long. But of course, um, with y'all's F1 race coming up, so let's go ahead and get to JoJo. JoJo, how do you feel, buddy?
Man, that was fucking freaking crap. But that was fun, man. Stage one, I got fucking freaking I got damaged early. Okay, I got damaged early and fell back and drove all the way up to 10th, and then stage two, same thing except I fell back to 20th and drove up to 10th. So those stages didn't go as planned, but I knew the car was good, and then me and Ghost had the same pit strategy. We were gonna pit with the 5 car because he was obviously the quickest out there,
Yep.
and Ghost wasn't able to, but I was able to, and so I thought we were gonna be screwed. But Chibi took 4, and it worked out. So 1-2 Penske.
Hey, it definitely worked out for sure. Marner, are you there, buddy?
Yep.
All right. First of all, I want to say congratulations on the top three in the chorus. Talk about the strategy call that helped you end up coming home with the third place.
Yeah, it was a really hectic race. The draft was really a big factor in that race. Had that pit stop there, took 2, was able to get up in second, and then I was just riding around in third. I was trying to help get Heredia and Moose up there, but almost ended up losing the front 2, and then I was trying to wait for Jodo to make a move, and then it looks like we got loose on the front straightaway coming to the white flag, so I got to his outside and I couldn't really have a good enough run to end up making a move on Ghost, so good win for him, and it was a good race.
All right, and of course, something that I'll have to hurry up and ask y'all this. The final question I got for you guys, Ghost. Do you have any final thoughts or comments about the race?
Some people say I moved to the back. I do say I stepped aside for a little while.
All right, Jojo, do you have any final thoughts or comments?
I don't wipe my ass because I'll let shit bother me.
Very well said. And of course, Marner, do you have any final thoughts or comments?
Fun race.
All right, very well said. I'm gonna let you three go. Congratulations on an awesome night. We'll see you guys next week. All right, Papo. That was a very fun race, and of course, I hate that we have to try to rush things because we have the F1 race coming up next.
Yeah, that's gonna be sure a blast for these drivers.
Yeah, very well said. Well, hey, we'll definitely let you guys go. Congratulations. Papo, thank you so much on the amazing night that it was. Congratulations to Ghost on the race win. Penske 1 and 2. Dominating night, or sorry, it was a very crazy night with Chibi leading most of this race, and of course, what more can you say? So, congratulations, and for all of us here, make sure you guys tune in because our coverage of the F1 Grand Prix is coming up next here on the HPL YouTube channel. Make sure you guys subscribe. For Papa Muso, for Jake, I'm saying so long, and we'll see you guys next week, and make sure you guys tune in for the F1 race.